guess, Matt, you're going into this season with a few injuries as a team, obviously, and you came out of last season with so many injuries. Is it a bit like deja vu?
Oh, not at all. We're really happy with the way the pre-season's gone so far. We've obviously got the one game to go and then 2 weeks leading up to round one, so we're really looking forward to it. We're happy with the progress all our players have made throughout the pre-season, and I think we're in a really good position.
Are you concerned with Adam Hunter at all and how sore he pulled up after training on Tuesday?
Not at all. He's pulled up a little bit sore, so he'll have this week off. A chance to play for Swans next week, but the main focus with Adam is that he's up and going for the bulk of the AFL season this year, and we're really confident he can do that this year.
Does it feel like an extra long pre-season? Are you just ready to go now, 2 weeks?
Not at all. It's actually gone really quick. With our first NAB Cup game pretty early, I think that shortened the pre-season for us. And like I said, we're really happy with the way the guys have performed, and we've made some really good progress. So we're really confident going into this season.
As a midfielder, do you feel like you've got out of the NAB Cup what you wanted to get out of it so far?
Yeah, definitely. Our style of play, we've made some really good progress. The fitness levels are where we want them, and yeah, the guys are really confident.
How important is this game being your last pre-season game and against a team like Hawthorn to get so close to the season?
Yeah, it's great. We want to test ourselves against the best opposition, and that's the opportunity we get this week. We've got some young guys who will get to play against guys who are up there with the best in their positions. So it's always a great opportunity, and it's the finishing touches to our style of play that we can put in place leading into round one.
So you don't feel unlucky that the likes of Hodge and Franklin are coming back in for you guys?
No, we want them playing because it's how we test ourselves against the best players, and they're the best side. So it's a great opportunity for our whole side to play against Hawthorn.
Does it feel like a radically different style of play you're using this year compared to what you've used in other years, Matt?
No, I think it's a much more team-branded football. With the style of play, it relies on everyone playing their part. A lot of communication, and it's something we're really confident with this year.
It's a good way, given that they're the masters of that sort of rolling zone style of footy. It's a good opportunity to test your progress in that area, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They're obviously the first to bring in that sort of style of play, and for us, we're really confident in the progress we're making. Obviously, it's a week by week sort of thing. Certain parts will change each week, but we're really confident in the progress we're making.
How does it change the way you go about it as a midfielder?
Not too many things change. You still have your direct opponents. Your work rate's still the same. Your communication with rotations and that sort of thing is something that we're really having to focus on.
With defenders trying to defend areas of the ground rather than direct opponents, does it help at all being a left footer, turning the other way? Does that enable you to catch a few people off guard and out of position?
I don't think that makes too much difference whether you're a left footer or right footer with this style of play.
What do you think about your...
What sort of goals do you set yourself this season?
For me, I'd love to play 22 games of footy and ultimately play finals footy.
What about last year, first year, and we've just made in the last year? How do you see your development as a midfielder in the AFL?
I'd just love to cement my spot in the side and obviously play consistent football. That's pretty much where I see that.
Are you comfortable with the fact that you're one of the stars?
I'm definitely not one of the stars. I just try to play my role in the side each week, and that'll change from week to week. And I look up to guys like Daniel Kerr at their work rate, and that's something I'm always aspiring to.
There's a betting site at the moment that has club champions, and I think you're third favourite for West Coast at the moment. So things have changed a bit, haven't they, in the last few years?
It's my dream job. I love playing footy, and I'll just go out each week, do my best, play my role on the side, and just enjoy my football.
How's Scott Burns since he came on?
Scotty Burns has been fantastic. He's a guy I look up to, and his football knowledge is just fantastic. He's offering a lot of knowledge to our young guys. Just with the 3 games we've played, being able to sit down with him after a game and discuss stoppages and midfield support, he's just been fantastic. I'm really looking forward to working with him this year.
Just in terms of Adam Hunter again, how important is he for your side given so many young players and his versatility?
Yeah, his versatility is his greatest asset, and he's such an important player for us. We're really looking forward to having him out there for most of the season. Obviously, being an older player or more experienced player, he provides great support to our young guys, and the guys really do look up to him.
Have you spoken to him much lately, and how's his sort of confidence given the latest setback?
He's going really well. Obviously, he's had a couple of minor setbacks, but he knows that he'll be up and going for this season, and he'll wait for that time. He loves his football, and he just can't wait to get back out there.
Matt, mentally last year was a tough year because you kept on losing players to injury and suffering big losses on the field. With a few players coming back, Mitch Brown in particular, and showing good form over the last couple of weeks, has that helped the club's psyche, if you like, their mental state, just to see that you're getting some back for a change? Yeah,
it's great. It's so exciting seeing these young guys come through. Mitch Brown's one. I think Eric McKenzie, Brett Ebert's back this week. We've got so many boys coming through. Chris Masson's on fire. So it's really exciting.
You say you're not one of the stars, but you keep on talking about these young blokes like you're not one of them either. So where do you sit in this game, you think?
I'm in the middle somewhere.
Are you a senior midfielder now?
Well, I'm coming into my third year, and I suppose being in the leadership group, it gives you that opportunity to feel a bit more confident and have a bit more of a say around the place. But I don't see myself as being able to tell them what to do now.
And you said you'd like to cement your spot in the team. Do you feel that you haven't?
I just don't think there's any place to feel complacent. You've always got to feel like you're fighting for your spot each week, because as soon as you feel complacent, then you're not going to be in the right frame of mind. So I think that's something we really want to make sure this year, that we're competitive for spots, and coming to round one, we're in that position. So that's a great position for this club going forward, that we're fighting for positions, and it's not going to get an easy game.
Does your background, having to fight for a spot on the rookie list and really be outstanding in the waffle to get a spot in the AFL, has that contributed to that sort of mindset? Is that what works for you, do you think?
I think you just got to fight for any success, and whether that's fighting for a spot or fighting to make the 8, it's no different. That's just something we've got in our culture at the club, and we'd continue to do so.
Do you see similarities between you and Adam Cocky, and sort of him trying to be elevated at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. He's obviously had a couple of great years at Subiaco. He's a very good midfielder, and I think he's got a lot of promise. He can definitely play AFL footy. You've seen that the last 3 weeks. So I think his future's very bright, and if he works hard off the track and on the track, he can have a very, very good future.
Has he asked you for any sort of advice or anything like that, given the similarities of the situation?
I've spoken to him, not in a formal conversation, but I'm always having chats to him about just what's expected of you to be an AFL footballer, and he's very dedicated to make sure he does become a very successful one.
Matt, the one question mark people would put on you, and they probably continue to put on you, is pace.
Yep.
You're you've got a big tank, but you're not explosive. Do you feel comfortable as the game gets quicker that you're still relevant, that you can still go around the midfield and be an effective player?
I think there's roles for all types of players in this game. Like I said, I work around my strengths and try to get to as many stoppages as possible. I suppose there's plenty of players in the competition in my position. Sammy Mitchell's a perfect example, and he's forged himself a very successful career. So they're the sort of guys I look up to and try to take as much from.